of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, let me say this to all of y'all out there who've been clamoring for me to touch on this subject. Y'all getting on my last damn nerves. Could you try to be responsible? Could you try? That's all I'm asking. What you want Stephen A to say? Oh, man, where you at, Stephen A? If this was a brother... Wait a minute. If it was a brother, I would have treated it with the same level of sensitivity. This man, Josh Giddy, is currently being investigated by the National Basketball Association, the NBA, over allegations that he was having a relationship with a minor. We don't know who she was. We don't know how old she was. He's 21. We don't know how old she is. We don't know anything. We know there's an investigation going on. That's all we know. We don't know anything else. You know why Stephen A hasn't said anything? Because you could get sued, idiots. You don't just go out there running your damn mouth over something this serious. A fight that took place on a basketball court, sure. Allegations where the alleged victim is identified, sure. Where the specification of the crime is illuminated, sure. But this clamoring to comment about something with no information, no definitive facts, you can't do it. You can do it on social media with your troll ass selves. You can do it then because you don't have any real accountability. But why don't you try using your social media account and going to Josh Giddy and flat out accusing him and stating it as a point of fact? Make sure you give him your name and address too, because he probably could sue you. You have to wait and see. We don't have all the information.
Oh, this is dang near laughable, coming from a man who has made a career off of accusations, reporting on accusations and allegations. This is why when you're doing your reporting, you simply say allegedly, but the reporting still needs to go forward. But to ignore it, dismiss it, throw it under the rug, this is what they attempt to do. But this is what I find social media, I find it to be so powerful. This is very, very key. Notice what he said in the very beginning. I'm getting tired of you. I'm getting tired of you talking to me about saying something about this. Who are they? See, everyone meets on these platforms. Be mindful. Mind meets mind on these platforms. Today, things have changed. From 2020 to now, times are far, far different. I could stop you in your tracks. I could stop you in the middle of your lies, rewind what you said, and then send it right back to you like I'm about to do right now. Nonetheless, point being here is this. Mind meets mind. Information and receipts meet information and receipts. So here's this man clearly saying he does not like to bring up allegations. He does not like having a conversation about allegations. One, because it's wrong and he could be sued. And then two, because the information has not been confirmed. In both of these cases, neither one is true. Neither one is true. And we were waiting. I was patiently waiting for this response to see exactly what he was going to say or what they were going to say. Because to some degree, without coming at Stephen A. Smith directly, let me say this, he is the face of Entertainment Sports Plantation Network. So where he speaks, they speak. So I'm going at the platform. I'm going at the plantation. But I'm going at it through Stephen. In order to get at Candyland, I got to go through Steven from Django, Steven on Candyland. To get at ESPN Plantation Network, I got to go through this Steven, two Stevens. Okay, now, he just got done saying that we don't know what the accusations are. We do know what the accusations are. We know who sent out the accusations. And if what you are saying is true, or to any degree, then why did Weet-Bix, we just did a video on this just yesterday on this channel, why did Weet-Bix separate themselves and put Josh Giddy on the shelf until the investigation is complete? Because of accusations, because of allegations, that's why. And so now, is Josh Giddy going to sue Weet-Bix? No. He's going to wait till the investigation is over. This is what the NBA should have done. This is what the NBA media pundits should be reporting on. This is why. And so when Stephen A. Smith said, I'm getting tired of y'all talking about this to me. See this? They're not necessarily talking to Stephen A. Smith directly. They're not having a direct personal conversation with him. No, he's hearing all of this online where everybody meets. Huh? Once again, mind can meet mind online. And this is what's going on. So now, the person with the smallest platform, like myself, I can now put words out into the atmosphere, into the ethers that will now resonate with other people with greater and mightier platforms. And now they can get at the Stephen Agent Smiths on their various high-rise platforms. Because those on the high rise, we're not jealous or envious, but we understand that you are attending and attentive to corporate policy, corporate dollars, and status quo. And we're not with that. His justification as to why he's not talking about this particular topic, and that's not going to do, because the late great Kobe Bryant, the Allen Iversons, the Michael Porter Jr.'s, the Deshaun Watsons, the Michael Irvins, the Ime Udokas, the Kyrie Irvins, all these men have been ill-reported upon on the ESPN platform which you serve and work for, sir. So let's be clear on that. So all these guys have been greatly defamed, and the list goes on and on and on. Be mindful. I just named 7 off the top of my head just now, without even doing a Google research. Without even doing a research, I named 7 off the top of my head. And even if you did not say something directly about these men, you still were on the platform or the network which services this type of anti-black male rhetoric. Anti-black male athlete rhetoric. And why, Juice Bar, are you going in on just ESPN when there are countless trillion-dollar corporations all attempting to do the same thing, not just to the black athlete, but to the black community as a whole, because we are just pinpointing one thing. And then as we pinpoint one thing, then we'll be able to draw connections and draw dots. But I know that a lot of people are hooked into sports. So if we want to have a conversation, then we're going to have a conversation right here. We can start right here. We can begin the conversation anywhere, but we choose to begin it right here. So this is why we say shout out to Kwame Brown, shout out to Ticket TV, shout out to the various platforms, Jada Black, the various platforms who have been calling this out, continue to do so because they hear you. And so now the point is this: if you can be that instrumental indirectly, influence a man like Stephen A. Smith to finally call it out, Malika Andrews to finally call it out, you can also galvanize that power to call out other things. But on the Juice Bar channel, we are, I told you from day one, A1, we are anti-plantation and we are against hypocrisy. And we pour the juice here. And so when we see blatant signs of hypocrisy and madness, so we have the country of Australia where Weet-Bix has actually but has actually penalized Josh Giddy just for the accusations. And that is common trend which goes on here in America when you are dealing with particular athletes. Those particular athletes, what our people are saying circulates the hypocrisy. There is a certain type of energy for one athlete in America, and there's another type of energy for the other type of athlete in America when it comes to accusations and allegations.
You know why Stephen A. hasn't said anything? Because you could get sued, idiots. You don't just go out there running your damn mouth over something this serious. A fight that took place on a basketball court, sure. Allegations where the alleged victim is identified, sure. Where the specification of the crime is illuminated, sure. But this clamoring to comment about something with no information, no definitive facts, you can't do it. You can do it on social media with your troll ass selves. You can do it then.
Can't do it. Mindful. He's made a career, a very lucrative one at that, no shade, but just being honest, a very lucrative one at that, off of reporting on allegations surrounding certain players. It initially began with the answer, Allen Iverson. Can't be serious.
But why don't you try using your social media accounts and going to Josh Giddy and flat out accusing him and stating it as a point of fact? Make sure you give him your name and address too, because he probably could sue you.
Because the hypocrisy was so blatant, we did do a video on Josh Giddy right here on this channel just yesterday, because we were waiting for the plantation networks to speak on it. They never did. Point being here is this: we did not accuse Josh Giddy of anything. We simply were reporting or giving our analysis of current events. In fact, the people on the social media platform, Stephen A., they were doing your job. How about that one? They were doing your job for you. And now they're forcing you to do your job even better. You should be thanking them.
And see, we don't have all the information. We don't even have the specific allegations in terms of its depth. Again, we don't know how old she is. When you say a minor, what do you mean? Are we talking 16? Are we talking 14? Are we talking 12? What are we talking about? Is she 17, about to turn 18 in a month? But got parents that are pissed off because she was messing with an NBA player? We don't know. There are a whole bunch of things going on. I don't know. I have no clue. If I had a clue, I would have spoke on it. But I don't. And that's why I haven't said anything.
Some strongly argue that you purposely have no clue because you have no energy for it. However, if the person looked like you would have all the energy and all the smoke for it. This is what they're essentially saying. They are pointing out the hypocrisy in the reporting and the analyzing of even allegations.
And my advice to y'all is to shut the hell up and do the same. The investigation is ongoing. We're going to find out something. And when we find out more information, we'll speak on it.
Wow. Did the investigations or did the ongoing investigations stop your platform, your plantation, from speaking on Irving, Kyrie, Irvin Johnson, Michael Irvin, Deshaun Watson, Michael Porter Jr., Ime Udoka? Did the allegations stop you from reporting on those guys? The late, great Mamba?
Josh Giddy was asked. He said he couldn't comment on it. That's what he said. Quote, I understand the question, obviously, but there's no further comment right now. That's what he said. I get the question, guys. I completely understand you guys want to know about it, but just for right now, I don't have anything to say. It doesn't sound suspicious, no doubt about it. Fair enough. But that's not enough to engage in dialogue about it. Not over the digital airwaves, linear airwaves, anywhere else. Can't do it. And Dagenot, the head coach, when he was asked about it, he said it was a personal matter and I have no comment on it, and that will be my answer on anything related. What you want Stephen A to say? What you want me to say? You want me to act like I was with him? And I saw exactly what he was doing, who he was doing it with, and what was going on?
In truth, there's no need for that, because we discussed this yesterday. What his girlfriend, alleged girlfriend, reported or what she showed was a timestamp, Stephen A. This isn't 1970, 1990s. This is the year 2030. People provide timestamps. They are documenting their identification, their location, and in her case, their activity. She clearly showed you what was going on. I'm not lying. Seriously, the more he covers this up, the more I imagine this being Kyrie Irving, the more I'm saying what he's going to say. This man should be in jail. This man should be arrested. as he said about Michael Porter Williams. But as the allegations went forward, I believe the young girl who was allegedly abused by Michael Porter Williams later came out and defended Michael Porter Williams. And this man claimed that Stephen A. Smith claimed that Michael Porter Williams Jr. should be incarcerated. He should be under the jail. All off of conversation on the internet, all off of conversation via allegations. Wow. Wow. You really do work for a plantation, even when you're off of the plantation. It's your own media platform right now that you own, and you still won't commit to the truth.
There comes a time when prudence and responsible dialogue has to take place. This is one of those times. We're allegedly dealing with a minor. We don't know. We'll find out. I will tell you this. He's lost some support because you've got some folks in Australia that he was associated with that took him off their social media sites, and it could be costing him money, but the allegations alone would do that. We know that. So let's just see where it goes and take it from there. 888 SAS 5303 is the number.